Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time taking a look at the 1988 Toyota Celica GT4 rally car, the ST165. This is another one of the arcade mode rally cars that, thanks to the GT2 Plus mod, has been built into Gran Turismo mode, where you can win them from the rally events, and they are identical to the standard cars when fully upgraded, apart from they can't have stage 3 weight reduction. So this is, for all intents and purposes, the race modded version of the ST165, which is a car that went around quite a long time ago and was really bad, actually. Four-wheel drive, 351 horsepower, 1,192 kilos. You'd expect this to be sort of troubling the under 30 squad, but as it turns out, the standard version of this car sits in 348th place with a 31.297, just slightly slower than a Supra GT Turbo. So be interested to see how this does. I'm imagining this is going to be a little bit quicker. The slowest arcade mode only rally car we've had up to this point, I believe, is well, it's the Renault Megane rally car, but that literally couldn't have weight reduction. Other than that is the Daihatsu Storia X4 rally car, so that's going to be our target for today. But it's a bit of a shame about this car because it's actually quite cool looking. I like this livery. I suppose this is like a Marlboro livery, I'm gathering by sort of the triangle on the hood. But yeah, no, cool looking livery. I do prefer the later Toyota rallying Castrol liveries. But this one definitely ain't half bad. We've read through the statistics already, so I won't do that again. And we're heading off to the Motorsports Land track, where this car is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Current leader is the Suzuki Cultus Pikes Peak version, set a time of 26.540. Obviously, this Celica is not going to be troubling that, because I've just told you about it. The Storia X4, 330th place, 31.185. I think that's doable in the Celica. It'd be nice to get one of these classic Celicas to actually do well, because so far the only good Celica we've had is the sort of standard 99 car and the GT4. We've still got the GT4 rally car to go around, the ST205. That's going to come later on, because that's the second to last Celica we've got left, and interestingly enough, I'll speak about it in that video. But for whatever reason, the ST205 can actually get stage 3 weight reduction, so that is shaping up to be a very, very quick car indeed. So be interested to see how that does. But in terms of this, 31.205 on its first flyer. I don't really know what the issue with this car. It is understeery, there's no getting around that, but that's just sort of a thing with Celicas. We saw it with the ST205 as well. That's a very understeer prone car, and this one's no real different. The race mod should actually help this over the standard car, because it should reduce the understeer, although with it being this understeery in this guise, I dread to think how understeery it was in its previous guise. But yeah, that should help it a little bit. It's also, I'll be honest, this is 354 horsepower. It does not feel like 354 horsepower. As we discussed in the Silvia Spec S Aero video that I did a couple of days ago, you know, that is essentially the quintessential average car of GT2, and that felt significantly quicker than this does with its 351 horsepower, I believe that was. So, yeah, for this to not really get close to that is yeah, it just doesn't feel very quick. It really doesn't. It does. I mean, I am still overcome with the thoughts that I had about this car before, which is it's a disappointment. It really is a very disappointing vehicle to drive. It's just not really very quick or particularly nice to drive. It's not all that powerful. It's not all that fast. This is definitely one of the very few base rally cars, because base rally cars are usually fantastic cars to build cars out of, because they do offer, you know, four-wheel drive, good amounts of grip. They're just great all-rounders. This is one of the few of them that you should absolutely sleep on, because this is not a great car. 31.024. Did manage to coax a lap time out of it. But, yeah, it's still not all... Even with that, I mean, it's still not all that quick. It looks good, which definitely goes in its favour. It does look fantastic. But, you know, looking good and doing good, I mean... They're two different things, and Toyota's found that out time and time again when it comes to this course. Bit of time in there, I don't think it's as much as that implies there is. It definitely doesn't feel like there's another 0.1 to come out of this. I think you could maybe crack it into under 31 seconds, but you'd have to really just keep going around and round and round and really learn the car to do that. So, yeah, I don't think that's all that possible, to be perfectly honest, but... nevertheless, that's what the game's saying. A 31.024 finds this car into 307th place. It does beat that Storia that we was talking about, goes in between the Skyline GTS 25 Type S R32 and the Honda NSX90 with the 4-speed automatic gearbox. It is quicker than a Peugeot CLK, a Peugeot 106 and a Mercedes-Benz CLK, quicker than the Honda Logo, quicker than the Camaro Z28. There's a decent, to be honest with you, they sound like good names, but they were kind of disappointing cars in and of themselves. I mean, it's slower than a front-wheel drive Focus. It's slower than an NSX with a proper gearbox. It's slower than the Mazda Demio Good Luck, which really tells you everything you need to know. So, in fact, I think this is, yeah, it's slower than the Mazda Demio GLX Special. And I think the only Demio it beats is that one with the little 1.3 litre engine, so there you go. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.